I saw your presentation of Need for Speed Nitro here, and then you talked about the kind of different kind of gamers that you aim to appeal with this one. And I guess it's a bit of a common pitfall to when you make a Wii title to just aim for a casual audience and so on and so forth. How important are the hardcore gamers, do you feel, for this title?
I think they're the key influencer. I think, you know, even if you're more of a casual gamer, you always have a gamer friend that you're going to ask, you know, and they're going to say, is this game for you or not for you? I think when I look at the success of games like The Sims or Spore, you know, I think that had we not taken those games to the core gaming audience and had them, you know, support the game, then we would never have found those bigger audiences for those titles.
How important are controls in this respect?
You know, it's the core of the game, right? Because especially for the Wii, you know, you want something that uses the motion control on the Wii. You need something that has depth after 30, 40, 50 hours, right? That you know, what my goal is that you still feel that you have different strategies or you can improve based on the choices, the relationship between the control and the track design. So the type of drifting you want to do at different corners will give you a different outcome for that, you know, for that event.
30, 40, 50 hours, that sounds like a very ambitious game. How do you plan to keep the player motivated for such a long?
I think you know, we made some bets, so we didn't do a huge amount of content or a huge amount of different features. We focused on the core mechanics, right, and making sure that they just feel really good. So, you know, I used to work on FIFA, and I think like the things we did well on FIFA as we were helping, you know, bring that franchise back was focus on a core football gameplay experience that was still a joy after 50 hours, you know, and still felt authentic. And that's what I've tried to do in Nitro, is just make sure we keep that core really solid, and it's a joy. You don't really think about it, you just feel that, okay, I want to go back, I can still improve ourselves. And then our structure for our career mode is really very simple. You know, it's about, you know, having challenges and having different stars, and you know, there's different ways to win. So you can finish your race, you can get first, but maybe you've only got 3 of the 5 stars for that race. So there's a reason to go back.
Obviously this year marks a very different Need for Speed effort, with a lot of different teams working on different titles.
Yeah.
Is there a risk that you know, the essence of Need for Speed gets lost when it's split up in all these different places?
I don't think so. I think you know, I think we know that Need for Speed has a core to it, and it's changed over the years from, you know, going from the Porsche and lease days to underground, you know, and so I think what we'll see is we have different games in different studios that use different punch up different values of Need for Speed, but they're always about car culture, they're always about that sensation of speed, they're always about competition, but they're designed for different play patterns or different styles.
Why was the choice made to launch Need for Speed a little bit earlier this year? Traditionally it launches in November.
So I think, you know, it's a mix between strategy and where we were with different products at different studios. So, you know, we had the opportunity to come out earlier with Shift, and so that felt like the right thing to do. We would have liked to have Nitro at the same time, but we just didn't feel it was ready, so we let Nitro come a little bit later. So I think, you know, you have a desire from a strategic point of view, and you have the constraint of the reality of where you are in studio, and you have to respect that, because when you release a game, it's where it is, right? And your consumers aren't going to like it if you, you know, if you try and force things. So we're just trying to do it better, yeah.
So what's the experience working on the Nintendo Wii with this project?
You know, I think it was very challenging trying to support these different play types, you know, and but very rewarding. I think one of the interesting things I learned was when we first had the career mode, when our designer first gave us the first version of it, we played it and it was like spikes all over the place. You know, it wasn't this smooth line that you're used to. So he went back and smoothed it out and came back, okay, here's a smooth version of it. And we sat down and said, you know what, it's not as good, right? Because, you know, to be easy enough for the grandma at the beginning was dull for a gamer. So we went back and we purposely put a lot of like spikes in there so that you hit an event and it's like, oh shit, you know, I need to really work at it to get all the stars in that event.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.